The Glazer family from the very beginning fooled us all. Ladies and gentlemen, they did not mean to sell Manchester United. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Food Poet Priscilla. I am Priscilla. Obviously, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So ladies and gentlemen, today I just want us to talk about the Bloomberg interview that had Flex from the United View on. Now before we go any further, I just want to say this. I'm a huge United View fan. I'm a big Flex fan. KG, Owen, Cam. I have followed Flex from the time he was with the United Stand, and I saw him when he branched off to the United View, and he's been doing great things for himself. So listen, I want us to talk about the interview that he had. Yes, it was just like a short interview, 8 minutes I think, but I think there's a lot that we can deduce from that interview. So ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about that interview. But before we get into the video for today, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post a video. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, it was very interesting seeing a fan view as well as a shareholder's point of view. Now for you guys who haven't seen this Bloomberg interview, it's on the United View. I saw it there, I found it there, and I think it was quite interesting. Flex gave good points as usual, as well as the minority shareholder gave good points. Like, it's so easy for us to take the fan side because we're fans. We see it from that angle, but I think taking it and hearing it from the minority shareholder, for me, just brought in a whole different aspect towards this whole Manchester United sale. The minority shareholder's name is John Yeti Mogul. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I am so sorry. But John Yeti Mogul. So it was very interesting to hear his perspective. It was very interesting for me to hear when he was talking about how bizarre this sale was. He wants to know the bid that Sir Jim Ratcliffe made, and he was saying it wouldn't make sense if the bid that Sir Jim Ratcliffe made is lower than the bid that Qatar made. Then, like, where is the fairness? He says he believes in fairness. You know what? Let me just show you the clip. Okay.
If the offer is actually less than what the Qataris offered, maybe should we block the deal?
Yes, we believe that. I mean, for them to accept the deal lower than where the Qatari bid is, wherever that was, doesn't really make sense, right?
So he talked about the bizarreness of this whole thing, the fact that he wants to see Sir Jim Ratcliffe's bid, and it would not make sense if Sir Jim Ratcliffe bids lower and they refused Qatar's bid when Qatar's bid was higher. So it has to be equal. And he did say he would have preferred a full takeover.
A full takeover would have been what was ideal for fans, investors, and the club in general.
As opposed to this 25% takeover by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now, Flex also echoed the same thing when he said, you know what, it should have been a full takeover. It shouldn't have been a 25% like Sir Jim has made it. And I know Flex said, you know what, the Glazers have destroyed the club. They have made this club rotten. The infrastructure is rotten. We can see, just for us who've watched Manchester United for these couple of years, we can see that there's no real leadership at the top, right? And Flex highlighted that very well in this Bloomberg interview. This has me thinking, right? Because obviously the fans agree we all want a full sale, right? Whether it's Sir Jim or Sheikh Jassim. Well, Sheikh Jassim is not even part of it anymore. But we can all agree, the fans, Flex, the minority shareholder that was part of the interview, a full takeover would have made sense. We all agree with that. This begs the question, did the Glazers ever want to sell Manchester United as a whole? Or did they just see that they were receiving a lot of backlash and they were like, you know what, let's try to calm the fans down and sell part of Manchester United? Because you can't receive a bid that you received from Sheikh Jassim and say no if you initially wanted to sell. Honestly, I think the Glazers never wanted to sell Manchester United. Manchester United is the biggest club in England. Like, they will make money even if Manchester United is playing poorly because of how many fans Manchester United is, the way it's popular. I feel like it's a commercial club at this point. Like, you will sell Manchester United merchandise, whether you like it or you don't. Even if the club is not doing well, people will still support Manchester United. So it got me thinking, did the Glazers in the beginning really want to sell Manchester United? And I think we can all agree and say, no, they did not. They did that to quiet down the fans, and it hasn't really necessarily worked. Well, somehow it has necessarily worked, but it hasn't really, because people still feel 25% by Sajim is not enough. Like, people literally just want the Glazers out, okay? The other thing that they touched on as well is with regards to Sajim himself. They talked about the fact, like, I know Flex, when he was asked, what is your advice to Sajim? He went like, ensure the club is run properly, as well as be transparent with the fans. And I feel like this was an important point that Flex raised. Because honestly, I feel like the fans have been put at the background with regards to this also. We have no clue what is happening. What does 25% mean with Sajim Ratcliffe? Like, what does it mean? I know we're excited that he's making changes here and there, but we're forgetting that there's a whole, like, what, 75% there with minority shareholders, as well as the Glazers having a larger stake. So what does it mean when Sajim Ratcliffe says he has 25% ownership? Does it mean that he's the one who makes the overall rules, or he has to go like, oh, I've made these rules, but I have to wait for the Glazer family to also accept them? What does it mean? With this 25% that Sajim has accepted, right? Is there an agreement with the Glazers that says, with these 25% shares that you have, you can make full decisions with regards to the footballing side of Manchester United? Like, what does 25% of Sajim Ratcliffe's control of the club entail? They haven't told us that. There has been no transparency. We've heard Sheikh Jassim, we've heard about Sajim Ratcliffe, but the Glazers have really kept us back. They haven't told us the reason why they denied the bid from Sheikh Jassim. They haven't told us why they're accepting 25% from Sajim Ratcliffe. And they haven't honestly come and told us whether they had initially wanted to sell Manchester United. Like, they've just kept quiet this whole time. The fan base has just been anxious. We've only been hearing bits and pieces with a breaking news here and there, which hasn't been true. So honestly, I love the fact that Flex said, be transparent with the fans. I feel like club owners honestly forget that the reason they even have these dividends, etc., is because the fans pay for tickets to watch the games, the fans buy merchandise, the fans switch on the TVs to watch, the fans go to the stadiums to watch, right? They have tours in Asia, they have tours in America. Granted, I don't know why they never tour in Africa, but still, they have tours all over the world. And the reason why they still have that money is because people are saying, glory, glory, Manchester United somewhere. Someone is tuning in, someone is watching, someone is buying a shirt, someone is buying boots which have a maybe Rashford logo somewhere there. So I understand that it's a business, but they have to understand the whole point why that structure is even there is because of the fans. If the fans decided to turn their backs on Manchester United and go like, and down tools and go like, no merchandise sale, no going to the stadium, they would feel the impact. Like, they would literally feel the impact. So I honestly appreciated what Flex said with regards to the transparency with the fans. Another thing that both Flex and the shareholder, what's his name, John, made mention of is, will there be a full sale by Sajim Ratcliffe in the near future? Because then what's the point? The whole point of Green and Gold was we were saying we don't want the Glazers anymore, right? That's the whole point of people protesting, right? That's the whole point. So Sajim should come and tell us if his only plan is 25% share and the Glazers keep on. Because as long as we have them, I don't think things will change. Need I remind you, out of 100%, Sajim is buying 25. The majority shareholders still remain the Glazer family. So does Sajim have in him the will to buy the whole lot of the club, or he's just like, you know what, we're gonna share? And this brings us back to the full takeover. We don't want an owner that's going to have the next few years sharing Manchester United with the Glazer family. The whole point was to get rid of them. So Sajim Ratcliffe should come out and let fans know, like, yes, I'm here with the Glazers for now, but I intend on buying the whole club. Or we should get ready and be disappointed. and say, listen, he just wants to be part shareholder and his name attached to Manchester United, the brand, right? So after all this, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a short video, but in conclusion, all I've realized out of listening to the shareholders flex view and everything that has been happening with regards to this Manchester United sale is that the Glazer family from the very beginning fooled us all. Ladies and gentlemen, they did not mean to sell Manchester United. I think they were trying to appease the fans. I think they were trying to quiet down the protests, but at the beginning and at the end and in conclusion, they never wanted to sell. And that's the truth. We were fooled. They never really wanted to sell Manchester United. And that's the honest truth. So listen, it's so good to see that Bloomberg is opening their doors to fans giving their opinion, and it's so good that a lot of these places that used to be only journalists allowed is opening their doors up to fans to actually speak and say what they feel, because it's so easy for journalists to be out of touch with the fans. Listen, the fans also have feelings. We also put in our efforts to support these teams, right? Listen, we put our banter, our hearts, our passions in this team. So for them to give a platform to flex, and I feel like who better to do it than Flex? He's calm with his takes, he's good with his takes, and I think he did a very good job. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted us to react to Flex interview with Bloomberg. So yeah, so that's what I had for you guys today. Do comment down in the comment section what you think about the interview. For those of you who don't know, just go to the United View and you will find the Bloomberg interview with Flex. Now listen, for copyright reasons, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not about to play the whole video or play clips of the video. I don't know how that works. So yeah, so that's why I opted to just speak on it. If you want to understand it more, head to the United View and you will see. So yeah, so that's all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much guys for watching. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and do turn your notifications on to know when next I post the video. Bye.